I knew he's gonna wild out and he's gonna do something crazy. Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
What's up, guys? Real Capital. I'm back again to kind of give you guys a little bit more game here that usually you wouldn't see anywhere else. Now, today I really want to focus on the price ladder. What is the price ladder here? Of course, on top of the price ladder, I want to kind of highlight how I get some of these levels that are not the zones, that are not these zones where the buy and sell areas are. These are levels that I snipe, that I understand are, I mark a blue level or a purple level, which is kind of up here. So I'm going to get into that and kind of understand what the price ladder is. So let's get into it. And we're kind of going off of just, what Friday's close was or what Friday's action was. So we're taking a look at it here and we're kind of looking at the price ladder. You can see where a lot of these buys or the volume is sitting at some of these prices, and each one is going by kind of tick for where it's at. And you can kind of see on the screen as well kind of where it's stacking up. Now, if we go all the way down, scroll all the way down to where 544 was kind of happening down here, you can see, only a few real good buys came in near the 545 level, which is, a significant level. And so if we see not many sellers, but a lot of buyers on that side hitting the tape, you can pretty much go ahead and assume that, we're going to be bouncing there in that area. As you can see, a lot of volume came in around the 544.96, 544 area. And that's why we even tapped to kind of lower into that demand there. And so as you can see, big orders came in and we held there. And as we start creeping kind of back up, you can kind of see, how we even got through there as well. So around here, you can see, about 547-ish right here, where they really decided to start kind of stepping on it a little bit here. And so 547 area-ish, where we kind of broke the flag there, and a 55K limit buy, a lot of stacked orders here at that 547 area where we broke out of the flag. And from there, dragged us higher. We pretty much melted higher all the way up to our levels. And we could even look at some of our levels here. The 550.28 as the first one. So 550.28, let's find it right here. 41K on the buys. That's not bad at all. Let's go look at the 549.52. Not many there. So very interesting because that was kind of near pre-market highs. So very interesting. We didn't really see too much action there. And then you can see, we did go lower down here kind of to retest the flag and kind of push it. So I look at the price ladder as, what's happening in the moment. Am I seeing, buyers step in at certain levels and big volume kind of step up? That's another thing. Another thing is, when I start seeing something weird on the tape where, I'll see on the price ladder if like 71K here, on the 550.20, let's see if I can highlight it here. 550.20, don't need that. 550.20, I don't know why that keeps popping up. Let me agree to that. All right, 550.20 here. You can see 550.20. I'm not trying to buy that, but you can see right here at that 550.20, a lot came in, and you want to see that at that level right there because that's pretty much near high day, near that 550.28 level. Obviously, levels aren't going to be perfect as far as when you're charting them, but that level tells me that if a strong amount of buyers came in at the 550 kind of 28, then or around there, right? Then we can see that they're going to try and push this higher. And so we kind of saw that in the close, that even though there was a lot of indecision, you can kind of see that as well. And even on the sell side, look, we have a 1,600 orders kind of stacked on the ladder here into close where it didn't get executed at the 551.25. And because we closed around 550.90-ish, where it almost got to 551, didn't quite get there. After hours, it did tag that supply at 551. So you can tell, we have a supply zone there, meaning, there are sellers. We know sellers are there. And look at some of the sellers kind of sitting there. As you can see, it's really hard to tell as markets close. Once things open up, it's a lot better. But that's kind of the gist of the price ladder, to be able to kind of understand where the volume's sitting, the price is sitting. Because if you guys, I know this is a totally a new kind of advanced, I would say, not strategy, but kind of an interface where you don't really know this. Beginning traders don't really know this, but this is the market. This price ladder is the market where buyers and sellers are on each side. This chart represents the price ladder, right? I think a lot of people maybe misconstrued that this chart is everything, and then this is everything else is secondary, but it's not true. This is just a representation. If you can learn to read the price ladder, you won't really need to look at the chart, because you can understand where it's going from there. And that's kind of the crazy thing as well. Understanding, where we are in the market, understanding where the market's trying to go, and where really buyers and sellers are trying to, I would say, not play around, but, kind of understand where they're at in the market and where they're trying to go. I would say that's very, very important to understand that. So understand, what could happen, where your levels are at, and then kind of go from there. For me, I don't really stare at the price ladder like that. I think my goals would be to get better at maybe understanding the price ladder when certain things start happening. I've gotten very good at it this year, and I want to and last year, and I want to continue to do that as a whole, and maybe understand a little bit more. Now, some of those purple lines, levels that I've marked and found, through the price ladder has paid off significantly in the past year, because I've seen that these purple levels are levels where we launch from. You can see a purple level right there, or completely reject out. So that's the thing that I'm kind of, trying to improve more on, to be honest. And hopefully we'll continue to improve on it. I'm going to continue kind of to incorporate watching the price ladder. And when I see something very interesting kind of happen, that's something that's going to pique my interest. From there, I can make better decisions on what could be, playing out. And things like that. So this is like watching the tape live. If you can see, sometimes, you'll see big players hit the tape, and before a real big move comes, and you can be on the winning side of that, just understanding that. So I really wanted to introduce kind of this introduction to you guys. I really want to introduce more of, an open-minded kind of way of trading. There's a lot of different styles and ways to trade. And so this is another really cool way. This and Bookmap is another thing, kind of like heat map, where you see where the orders are stacked up in the chart, on the chart, and you can tell, are we going to go visit there or not? But for the kind of beginning traders, I just want to tell you not to get confused by this, because the zones, the Rico Cap zones, pretty much tell you that. These buyers right here tell you those stacked orders are there, and these are just the zones to worry about. You don't got to worry about every single level and things like that. These are the most important levels, and you can see, where buyers are at, sellers are at, and things like that. So simplify it. This kind of overcomplicates the price ladder, and sometimes as traders we can overcomplicate things, but to be honest, the zones make things very simpler. Let me kind of stress about the overcomplication things, and let me make it simple for you on what you need to know and what not to know. But if you want to play around with this and kind of look more into it, for those that are very enthusiastic about learning more about trading in the market and how things really work out, then go for it. But yes, I just wanted to kind of highlight this, give you a better introduction, and so answer a little bit more questions on when I talk about watching the tape and finding some of these levels. I know I get a lot of questions on how, and so this is pretty much how, guys, right here, where the buyers and sellers kind of line up and tell me where these levels are at. I'm getting it from the market. I'm not just getting it out of thin air. So hopefully this opens your eyes a little bit more to it, and you can learn a little bit more, and I will continue to shed more knowledge about this. I just wanted to make this quick video, and I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you on the next one.